Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Jordy. I'm here to do a general tarot card reading for Pisces. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see what's going on for you today. We're using the Fifth Spirit Tarot. So we start off with the Five of Pentacles reversed. This is interesting. Well, it's a tombstone in this deck. So it could be speaking about loss in the sense of having lost somebody. As being a very direct message. But the Five of Pentacles reversed is usually a message of like moving on from that loss. Maybe not emotionally, but shifting the abundance mindset, shifting the ability to, manifest something else, at the very least, whether or not it's a relationship or just something else to kind of fill the gap, fill the hole, kind of, so to speak. So it's not that fulfilling even if you do start going in that direction, because you're not dealing with your emotions of what has happened. But sometimes we can kind of like jump into the next thing without fully healing from the previous, without grieving those emotions, without I went in that grieving process understanding some lessons from that previous time. So that's kind of what I'm getting, is like you've been trying to move on from a loss without recognizing the emotional aspect of what has gone on. So it's kind of like moving out of a dark space, moving out of a personal low in your life, but there's still being a lot of emotional work left to do in order for things to get into a better position. So clarifying that is the Judgment card. This is a revival, a renewal of your spirit. Sometimes the first few steps we take in a direction of healing are not the most perfect or recommended ways to cope or deal with the situation, but for a lot of us, we have to take whatever steps we can in order to move forward from a significant loss. And the Judgment here is talking about like probably reevaluating everything in your life because of this loss, and realizing that there's a pattern here, or there's because when you get into the Five of Pentacles, yes, it's devastating emotionally and all of that, but it's also an energy of having like reached financial ruin or significant financial setback. It also can be just things are not going well in your physical manifestations. It's a lack. So it challenges your basic needs, your need for survival, your need for reassurance that everything's going to be okay, that you're going to be able to flourish and live your life without the stresses and burdens of lack and poverty kind of thing. So it's a very deep and wounded energy, and with the Judgment card being here, this is kind of like a reviving your soul, reviving your spirit after having gone through maybe a short or even extended period of this Five of Pentacles energy. And in that time, because the material needs are not being met, you don't even have time or capacity to heal or feel the emotional needs of whatever loss has transpired in your life. So for a lot of you, it's like the first steps were just taking initiative to fix your situation so that you can land in your new situation with more stability and abundance, and then perhaps, you know, your emotions from the previous cycle catch up with you and you get into kind of a state of like stuckness within those feelings. The grief is catching back up with you in some way. Grief of the changes that you had to make, you know. So the Queen of Pentacles is saying nurture your soul, with this Judgment energy talking about souls, you know. Keep building upon what it is that you're building, you know. Keep displaying new ways or even reviving old ways of self-love, in the form of like activities that you can do for yourself, habits, lifestyle routines with this Queen of Pentacles. So there is like, you are kind of coming out of this space with that Queen of Pentacles. You are strong. You have made you've had successful and abundant periods in your life as well. Like, even if you did go through a low here, like, it hasn't been like that the whole journey, you know, is kind of what I'm getting with this Queen of Pentacles. So, I mean, if it is your story that you have been, like, kind of suffering from loss for a really long time, or for what seems like forever, this message would be perhaps even more triggering or heavy than it is for somebody who has already experienced stability, you know. So there's a difference between, you know, some of the things I'm saying for different people. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles is the Knight of Cups reversed. That's the emotional space, the Knight of Emotions. You know, here's the Four of Cups underneath the bottom of the deck. Another emotions card. You know, when it comes to love and romance, perhaps this is where we've what's suffered the most in our experience of loss and setback is the love life part of your journey. And that is going to be revived as well, because I can see you've moved out of this Five of Pentacles energy quite a bit. You're still in it a little bit, but and some of you are in it more than others. But there is a level of mastery that you have obtained in this cycle, and you brought from previous cycles as well. So you're not completely, like, I feel like I'm talking to someone in this reading who's not completely without their wins and successes in life, you know, looking at some of the things that are going well in your routine. So keep building upon that is what I keep hearing, Pisces. We're going to clarify some of these cards with the Psychic Tarot. So clarifying the Five of Pentacles is the Crown Chakra, which is all about trust and connection to the divine. So for some of you, this loss, this lack could have been, well, it would have been with this card if you're experiencing loss and lack, because spiritual connection, when it's in its healed form, doesn't have that lack. When you're very close to your spirit connection, to you know, the universe, and to what that like high functioning, high vibrational energy connection looks like for you, with the habits that you have to have, and with the devotion and the, I'm just basically seeing there's a higher state of like consciousness here with the Crown Chakra that for some of you you're looking to obtain. And So not only is this like a financial and an emotional and like a love life reading for some of you, but I'm also getting that this is taking like a deeper turn with the crown chakra. It's like if you heal your spiritual connection with yourself, you'll instantly attract the love that you're looking for. You'll have all the abundance that you want. You know, like this is where you, if you put the work in the spiritual right now and really trust and work on building your trust with the spiritual connection that you do have, then you start doing things that support that, and it actually does change things around in your life. So clarifying the Judgment card, we have the Moon reversed with the shadow. Very beautiful card. So you're coming out of fear, coming out of the shadow, realizing what's really important in your life. Important for you to have certain structures and levels of comfort, but also levels of uncomfort in your life as well. Which I don't really know how to explain that right now, so I'm just going to let that statement be the way that it is. But when I say levels of uncomfort as well as comfort, like we need uncomfortable energy to motivate us, you know. It's our body telling us, or our mind or our soul telling us that we need to change or move forward or be flexible or adapt, you know. So as long as you're in that energy, then there is a level of uncomfortable. But it doesn't have to be uncomfortable. It's just it's uncomfortable for a lot of people in the beginning when you're moving with that adaptability and flow. But after you really get into the adaptability and the flow of coming out of the shadows of that you've been hiding behind, where fear keeps you in check from doing certain things, the more you kind of push against that and lean into this trust with the crown chakra, that's the most powerful way to heal this situation. Clarifying the Queen of Pentacles reversed is the Sacrifice card reversed. I think this is like you're no longer sacrificing a certain area of your life just for love, is what I'm getting as well. You may have done this in the past and it's kind of led to disappointment, setbacks, disasters in some way, where your life really took a turn for the difficult. You're no longer sacrificing that. That's why you've been focusing on your needs and your lack, changing that lack mentality first before even focusing on love, is what I'm getting. Clarifying the Knight of Cups reverse is the Victory and Success card. So you are going to feel like you find that heart space connection within yourself, and maybe even within another connection with somebody close to you, like a friendship or a lover. There is victory and success in that heart activation here. So it's very beautiful. We kind of gotten a little bit more spiritual with these cards here, but it was a nice turn for the reading to take. We're going to clarify this reading with a couple more oracle cards. So we'll pull a card from the Wisdom Oracle. We have a deep knowing. So there is a deep knowing within you that there is a spiritual component to this lack, the cycle of lack, or this period of lack that you've experienced. And this is how you truly can approach dealing with it. It's approaching it from this angle. We had the Yin card coming out. It's about filling up your cup. You know, spirituality, what's the point of it? It's so you can sustain yourself more, like have more, have an abundance, you know, to feel fulfilled, to feel stimulated, to, you know, those are all blessings that come in when you are doing practices that lead, to a positive spiritual connection, spiritual practices plus just habits in general. We are all innately grateful, is what I'm hearing. Just gotta tap into it. We're gonna pull one card from the Angel Tarot, since I have it out. So we have the King of Air. It says, speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, balance mental and emotional considerations. So I do feel like you're coming into more balance with your emotions. And there may be some professional advice that would be even more helpful and expand upon this reading. This is like a starting point, an awareness point here of what you've been going through and how focusing more on the spiritual can be a pathway towards that success. But depending on what level of lack and that you're going through right now, you may have to just focus on some of the more practical things in your life to get those in order. Everyone's going to have a different layer of how deep in the hole they are, so to speak. So you may need advice in other areas of your life more than just the spiritual. The spiritual's not going to solve every problem. And being spiritual, that's a question. Do you want to be on that path where you're, completely helpless when it comes to building your abundance and keeping your security? Or do you want to be empowered and in control of that and still be in a spiritual energy? Both are options for you. So, one's not better than the other or mightier than the other kind of thing. Especially if you can maintain a balance in either state. So this King of Swords is also like a figuring it out energy. And it does talk about just getting the support you need. Okay, that's what I've got for your reading. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you again soon.